please. And now we have, please remember that we have Polish translations instead of German localization. And this was for testing purposes, and I wanted it to be like that because I didn't want my devices are set to Polish. I didn't want them to the app to appear in Polish because I want to test it in English. And now we need to disable it. So we can either remove the entire Polish translation from the app because it is going to be because what we did we still haven't done that yet with Gerald. But Gerald is planning to have all the strings translated into a number of languages, and then they are going to be put in the app. And I decided that let the app, the professional company, do the translations for Polish. I do not want to take the responsibility for that, simply because I'm not a translator. I'm not paid for that. I did that just for fun, let's say, and for testing purposes. But if we are ordering translations from a professional company, they should do that. But these translations are not going to be ready for the main release, and we are not supposed to. We are not required to provide this functionality, the translations for main release, because the product is released only in the States. Okay. So now we should disable this Polish translation whatsoever. Okay, that's the issue.
Okay. That's a kind of task. Okay. So who is going to take this task? Mahalakshmi David.
Okay.
So that regarding the TOC not refresh.
Okay.
I need to discuss.
David, Ram would like to discuss regarding your recent email. TOC.
Yeah.
Yes, Ram, go ahead.
David, as I guess in some conversation you have just mentioned, we haven't handled the update properly, but we are ready now. Just my suggestion is we'll just take a separate story for that in the sprint, and we'll just do that. Is that fine?
No. Wait, what? So it is a bug in the app?
Yes, it was not handled properly actually, the previous.
Jesus, well, we are supposed to release the app in 3 weeks and we still have such bugs.
No, just we'll do as it soon. If you want, we'll just upload the build as soon as possible. Because I just worked on something in the previous sprint itself. So we need to take a testing task because otherwise it will be an incomplete. So that's why I haven't committed my code in the branch.
Oh,
okay, so please share the build with me as soon as possible because this is critical. Okay, we need to be able to update the content. So when could you submit a new build with this functionality working properly?
Okay, so for that only, should we take us that we need testing for that.
We don't have a story also, right?
Yeah.
For your functionality, you did a background offline work. Yeah. So better we can have it as a story or a feature improvement.
That's what I'm asking.
What do you want? A story or a feature or an improvement?
So this is a bug. Come on, this is a bug, and we need to submit it as a bug.
Yeah.
Okay, David. So let's have it as a bug created, and Ram when can you provide the build again?
20 days for you to test.
How many minutes for one day?
They have to update in the backend. In the backend, we have access. Okay. If manifest is updated, it needs to be refreshed in the app.
I need to check the version back.
Yeah.
Okay, at the max 30 minutes.
Okay. So maybe by tomorrow Scrum will happen. Daily standard.
Before the Scrum or?
Yeah.
Okay. So
is that some?
David, he'll be able to submit the build before tomorrow's Scrum. Would that be okay with you, David?
Yes. Sure.
Okay.
Produce. Do you need me to provide steps to reproduce, or you know what this bug is all about?
Yeah.
He knows it, David, but for the record, it would be better to have it right in the tool.
Okay, so install the app, open a series and product, close the app. No, go back. How to put that? TOC gets updated in the app service. Go back to the list of series and products. Tap product. See no update made in the list of units or lessons. Okay, let's do it quickly. If you know what it means, then let's put it just this way. Okay. All right. So can we estimate it?
Just a minute,
David, just a minute. So as we had last call with Monique, so Monique told each and every time when we opens the app, we need to check that manifest update. So as of now, you told, so when the user taps on that back button, so we'll be checking the manifest update. But Monique is also telling we need to check when the user kills the app and open it again.
Okay, yeah, but it doesn't affect us in any way if there's no change to the manifest file.
But if there is a change, if the user kills and opens that,
we will not start from default course, we'll start from the main.
Yeah.
David, Ram is trying to say that if the user kills the app and opens, he won't get the default course.
If the manifest is available, update is available.
If the manifest file is updated, then yes, okay, this is what can happen. That's the default course. Well, we can discuss it later, right? This is not something that I think we should deliver for the May release. It's too late. It's far too late, and we have so many other more urgent things to cover in this sprint. So here we are talking about checking the version number and fetching new content, new table of content, new list of units, and new list of lessons, etc. Right? We're not talking about the manifest file. Yeah.
Version
No.
update.
Version.
David, version update will be happening in the manifest file, right?
No. Content is never versioned in the manifest file.
David, if there is a update in manifest in that case?
But what? Okay. The manifest file contains a list of series and products. Okay?
Okay.
And here we are talking about the situation when I'm moving from a product to a list of units. This is what the story is all about. And this is where we have the bug. Checking a version of the manifest file is a separate topic, right? So I don't think we should cover it in this bug. And we definitely cannot cover that for May release. So I don't see the link. What do you mean?
Just a minute, David.
Thanks for holding, David.
So it's only about if you just update, instead of updating the manifest, you just update the content.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
I uploaded a new TOC containing 3 new videos for you, Ezel, to test the story in which there was a problem where you said that there was a problem with this particular video. David sent me, in the meantime, a new video file, so I put them in the TOC. I generated the TOC, uploaded it to PEP, and I can see it in PEP that it's there, and I can download it as a JSON file, but it doesn't get refreshed in the app. That's the story.
David, I think we discussed this some time back. It takes some time to refresh actually from the server.
You're not getting the versions.
Yeah, we are not getting the versions. We
As soon as possible, you update in the meeting.
No, it's impossible, guys, because I can download it from the server via a console. The console provides me with the latest version, the one that I've just uploaded. Yeah, it takes a few seconds, but I can immediately download it with the request that I sent you, right? But the app does not receive the latest version.
Okay, in that case, that is user. If the user kills an app, we need to check and update, and we need to update the table of contents, right? So that's what you are mentioning.
No, it's not. Oh, let me see. Yeah, look, I'm gonna do it this way.
Contents he hasn't mentioned, right? For manifest only.
Look, this is a list of this is startup level 2. I'm opening it. I see this list. Ezel knows it by heart because he worked with the transcript. I open video and I can just see 2 entries. Well, there should be 5 of them. Let me show you what the structure looks like. Two. Oh, even higher. Right. What? What's wrong with that? There's some other issue, I'd say. Because look, we need to figure it out, guys, because this is getting crazy. So this is the structure that I have, and that was uploaded to PEP. Yeah. We have audio, video, career view. Then I put GXP B2 video unit 1, and these 3 were added this morning, right? For some reason, they do not appear, right? What I received, though, is stress tests. I don't know why. So I have audio, video, demo, then stress. I should have this structure. And if I, as I described in my email, okay, it's here. If I fetch it using this request, let me show it to you. You can see that the version number is 107. Please check what version you have, and look, you're going to have video GXP B2 video unit 1, and then we have GXP B2 video unit 2. So I do receive it from PEP, but for some reason the app shows something completely different. And this is for production. So please check it. I don't know what's happening. This is what you should receive. You receive something completely different.
Any comments?
I'll check it out.
Okay, the team will check on that.
So in that case, when the user kills and open, that time I need to check or using it.
No, it's not. It has nothing to do with killing the app. This should happen. We should fetch the latest version of the TOC whenever the user goes up to the list of products. Right. So whenever it seems to be working like that because I can see loading product details. Whenever I move from series to products and to content, I can see loading product details. I can see it, and it is theoretically behaving correctly. But for some reason, it is fetching some old JSON file containing some strange elements that it shouldn't be fetching. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So this one needs to be fixed, and I can see that. Well, I'm really doubtful whether we can release it at the end of May. Okay. So can we estimate it?
Just a minute, David.
It's not a matter of refreshing. Even for the first time, I'm not getting
Just a minute, David. Sorry about it.
We'll check it out.
So, shall we estimate now?
Without some other section.
Oh.
Okay. That's 2 days plan.
So, David, Ram needs to check on this, and he needs at least 2 days of time.
Maybe day after tomorrow.
Day after tomorrow, in the sense 10th. Huh? So he might be able to provide the build by Thursday, David. Is that
Before Thursday.
before Thursday? Thursday Scrum.
Yeah, but well, okay. But this is a critical bug right now, and well, as I said, well, I'm having a call with Gerald just after this call, and I can see that I will need to tell him that well, we cannot release this app at the end of May because there are too many bugs. Okay, so are we estimating it right now or not?
Yeah. Estimation points.
Oh, the estimation. We'll skip the estimation.
Tomorrow you will be able to
We'll
provide.
check it.
Okay, David, he said he needs some more time, so let's move on to the next story. And tomorrow during Scrum, we can estimate and give the start sprint. Is that okay, David?
Okay.
Okay.
All right. As a user, I want to be able to follow the transfer of audio. Yeah, this is the bug with the landscape. Misaligned video. Yeah.
L 276. The sub bug under 276.
This one.
Or for a change, do you want some other developers to get assigned? Your choice.
2 points.
2 points. 2 points, and it's for Errol David. 276 for you? Oh, which one? The bug. Yeah, fine.
Okay. All right. Tapping return on the keyboard does not move the cursor to the next text field. When the user is editing login, when they tap return, the cursor should move to password. When the user taps return when entering password, the app should try to log in the user, right? Because currently when you tap return, it hides the keyboard and you need to tap the next field to edit it, etc. Right? I put the description in acceptance criteria. Open the login view, start putting username, tap return or similar button. I mean similar because, well, it has no name in Android, for example. So return or respective. See the password field receive focus. The screen goes up to make the field visible and the keyboard is still visible, right? So you should receive focus on the password field and the keyboard should still be visible, right? So you can immediately start writing your password. Tap return or similar button. See the app tries to sign the user in as if they tapped the sign in button. And for registration, it should behave exactly the same. I didn't list all the fields, right? But it should switch to next field, next field, next field, next field. And when I'm in confirm password, it should try to create an account.
Okay, David. David, in registration page, we have first name and last name. And on click of the return key in after the last name, where should we have the focus? Like next one, we have the languages selection picker view.
Yeah, let me
So
see. Let me see.
Yeah.
It's a very good question. So let's see how we could handle that. Well, yeah, we can. I think we can switch to account information. You know, let me put a comment.
Yeah.
In registration, when the user taps return in last name, we should jump to username. How to name it? Miss the country picker. Yeah. Okay. Okay, I can see that Gautam is assigned to that.
Yes, David.
3 points.
3 points for this one, David.
Okay. Transcript in audio with longer SRT is dissented in comparison to video transcript. Yeah, so let me show you. Yeah, I put, so it's like here, right? Longer SRT, it's somewhere here. So it's aligned to this line for some reason. While in other cases, it is aligned to this one, right? So this one is correct. This one is incorrect.
The transcripts in longer SRT are not aligned properly, and in the video, it's fine. So, alignment in
Shake only will do it, right?
Text is aligned.
But it's transcript.
He's saying for one thing it's working perfectly, for the other one it's not.
It's coming correctly in video. Lines and for smaller text.
Right? That's what I know.
Who will fix that, Shake or developers? Transcript.
You need Shake cell developers.
Okay, so let's estimate and put an assigning. 2 points and
I'll get
2 points, and it's for Ariel David.
Yeah.
David,
Yes.
David, about this TOC refresh issue, we just
Startup level 2.
we just hit that URL and got only the SRT and longer SRT as response.
Yeah, the latest version is 1.0.7, and I guess the contents are displaying properly.
Yeah, 1.0.7 in production is the correct one. Yeah.
Yes, we got only two activities in the video lesson, SRT and longer SRT.
Yeah.
From the response.
No. There should be 6 lessons.
No, but in the JSON content we are getting just to SRT and longer SRT in JSON content.
Yeah, but this is lesson. Look, you're talking about this one. You're talking about lesson video, and here you have 2 activities. You should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lessons.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. Look, let me show you again what I mean. Okay, so this is a list of lessons for startup level 2.
Yeah.
You can see 4 of them in the latest version of the app. Well, there should be 6 of them, and there shouldn't be anything called stress tests. There shouldn't be such a lesson.
But this is what we get from the response JSON. So when we hit that URL,
well, that's why I'm showing you what I received from the request. So there is a problem with the request that you are sending to PEP. I don't know what the request is, but I send you in my email, I send you a request that I use to fetch it, and it is returning correct data. You are using other requests that returns incorrect data. So we need to realize why you are using some incorrect one. Please remember that for fetching content, at some point there were 2 requests, and we had a discussion with Ram Kumar, which one should be used. I'm using the one that we shouldn't be using, and in the app we are using the one where we have get the latest content for products, something like that.
No,
so maybe there's a problem in RPG. You need to figure it out.
Shall we proceed?
It is possible there is a bug in RPG that instead of fetching the latest content, it is fetching something older. But we need to check on that, right?
Yeah.
Ram, could you check what version you're receiving when you use this RPG endpoint? Get the latest content for product ID.
1.0.7.
Yes. And this is the one that you should be receiving. And does it contain the JSON file? Does it contain GXP or something like that? I don't remember exactly. It is called GXP video unit.
No, it has only the 4 things.
Yeah. Only those 4 it has.
Wow.
And even
okay, so it seems to be a question for Kamil and for Jitendra then, why there is such a mismatch. Okay, so are you going to write an email to them?
Yeah.
Okay, so please write an email to them, because there might not be any work from our end required. Maybe this is a bug in PEP, or there is a bug in RPG. whatever. We need to figure it out.
Even if it's not coming correct, right?
Even if we hit the
I
pref
think
itself,
if it is an APG issue, because we are hitting the pref link directly, it should give the latest one, right? If we are getting the latest.
Yeah, and we are getting the latest because 1.0.7 is the latest.
Yes,
but the question, why?
yeah.
Probably the issue is not with APG, but somewhere else. That's what I guess.
So let's write an email to Jitendra and to Kamila. Okay?
Okay, David. So you will write an email.
And please, let's do it today, okay? Is it possible for you to write this email today, just after the call? Because Kamila is still available, and Jitendra is going to be available in the afternoon. So it would be great if we could, well, just push this thing today, okay?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. Okay.
David, just give us just a minute. David. We'll
Once
verify
again,
one more
cross
thing.
verify.
Please hold for just a minute.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Just this is. David, this URL seems to be changed, David, from what we have been using.
In the
Could you repeat? No, because I was reading something. Could you repeat?
You can share
Let me
your
just
screen.
share and show you, David.
No, say it again, please.
Yeah. I'm just sharing my screen, David.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the URL that we are using.
No, don't use this one. This is a very old one. You have a version 1.0.0.
We are
This
not
is what
aware
we
of
have been
that.
using. And APG also probably uses
PG will, if we hit
no, we are
the-
using APG, right? So whatever this has to be in there.
There has to be some mechanism for notifying us.
So probably the APG also is using this link, David. That's why.
I don't think so. Please write an email, then let's figure it out. Okay?
Okay.
So in your URL, it's okay. It's different.
Okay, this one.
So how often does this URL differ? Gets changed? Or how
Who's
can we
actually
get it?
who should we write this mail to, David? So who is changing this URL? Kamil or
One is, well, I uploaded a new version of Startup Level 2, so the version number changed from 1.0.7 to something else. It is not working like that, guys. There is an endpoint. Get me latest content. Well, I don't remember exactly, but there is. If you provide content ID latest, you're going to receive the latest piece of content, right? So I think that IPG is using this one. It is not using. It doesn't have a hard-coded version number, because in the past we did update it, and everything was working properly. Okay, so there must be some change that happened recently that broke this functionality. And it can be either on PEP side because there was a huge update on PEP. There might be a problem on RPG side, or there can be, which is the least likely, a problem on the app side.
No, David. This is nothing to do with versioning, David, because this URL itself changed. So that is the problem.
See, actually, the way this telling, you remember that in the mid, actually, when we use that latest URL without feeding the version number inside the URL, okay, so we endpoint. Okay. So that endpoint in the mid, we got some issue. Can you remember that? Do you remember that? That endpoint having some issue with the product ID XML with you remember that? Yes. Yeah. Okay. So at that time, he told, please change this.
Who said that? Who said that?
Huh?
Open the video.
Open it. That means it is not. Status codes. Status codes. Status code. See, here this is the latest implement you will be getting. So that time it was a bit.
Which one? Show it here.
First one. Take the email. So when you use this email, so we'll be getting. So that time they will told use this one. So that's why I have changed it inside the David is
mentioned in this mail. There is no email from there.
No. Which one?
No, that's why we just updated our app inside to that link. See, even I have commented inside our app.
No. My messaging is it's going to RPG only, right?
Yes.
So RPG is pointing to the wrong URL.
Wait, let me confirm. Let me confirm. I'll check it off. See, this is the thing. See, previously, this is the UI we need to use. Okay, that time of mail in the previous sprint or before sprint. So this link got some maintenance issue. So the way the handlers to use this URL.
The latest.
Yeah.
That's what that RPG will take out the latest content.
No, yeah, that's what this URL itself changed, right?
Yeah,
Okay, that mail. Mail to Jitendra only, right?
No, Kamil.
See,
This is the one PEP.
After that, actually, the way told because actually you can use also that link also he told. But I haven't changed that. I'm using this thing.
Okay. Okay, David. We'll write a mail to Kamil and we'll clarify this thing.
Yeah, but it's not about Kamil. It's also about Jitendra because, well, it is possible that Jitendra made a mistake in his assumptions, that the version number of the content is not going to change. And you might be right that he might have hard-coded the version number, which is unlikely because, as I said, I remember changing the TOC, well, sometime around 20th April, And the one that you can see here is the one from the 20th of April. It was the time when, I remember when I did that for AREC. There was an issue. Yeah, there was an issue with PEP at that time. There was this issue. I needed to upload a new TOC for AREC quickly, and I made this change. I put this stress test, something like that. And ever since then, I put that, worked properly, and at some point it stopped. It was the last week of April or last week. Just please clarify it with Jitendra and Kamil. Well, this is absolutely beyond me, because this is a question of technology.
Okay, David, one thing, we need to use that latest content URL, or we need to use that version fetching, that is feeding the version number.
No, do not use the version number. Use the latest one. So this one. This one, as we discussed in the email, this one, do the checking whether the app should be using. This is the one, right? And this is an example with a product ID for Gold XP, as far as I remember. So this one should be returning 1.0.7 with the content containing 6 lessons. If you write an email to Jitendra and to Kamil, and if I need to add anything, I will add it. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, so
Okay.
shall we move on?
Yeah.
I'll soon upload it.
I need to run in 15 minutes. I'm having a call with Gerald, so we need to speed up, I think.
Okay, sure.
Okay. All right. So I'm here. So yeah, this is the one that we are discussing. Audio speed reset once user move to speed forward. Reported by Bala.
Actually, this is an existing bug in the plugin level. So I'll try to see if I can find a workaround, or else we'll have to try a new plugin, something like that.
Let me try to play to reproduce it, just for me to see how serious it is. Okay, download audio content. It has nothing to do with the transcript. Okay, so I'm playing. The download audio can change audio speed from default to 0.5. Like, I cannot reproduce it, to be honest.
No,
Launch app, download audio content, change audio speed from default to 0.5. Okay, let me see. Okay.
And then move the seek bar to some other place, and you can hear the audio in the normal speed.
Could you repeat it? I was listening to the audio file.
So once you change the speed to some 0.5 or 1.5, and just move the audio progress somewhere else, and you can hear the audio back at 1 time speed.
Okay. I cannot reproduce it.
Okay, actually the bug is there. We've seen it and it's confirmed.
Okay, again. I'm opening the audio file.
Okay.
Let me show you. Right, so I'm here. I'm not playing anything.
Okay.
And now I move to 0.5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that you hear it. And I should tap play, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Unit 1.
Now move the progress slider somewhere forward without pausing the audio. While it plays, just move the progress slider somewhere.
Okay.
And you can.
Okay. Again. Right. Empty. Okay. I'm moving to 0.5. And should I move it to somewhere else now?
That's okay. Now start the play the audio.
Unit 1.
Now just move the progress slider somewhere.
Elena and I think he's a very good.
Okay, all right. Okay, so I'm deprioritizing it.
Okay.
It was very difficult to reproduce it, so we need to deprioritize it. Okay. All right. iOS scanner showing in the screen after the user has logged in after unlocking a level, and there is no pop-up indicating a product has been unlocked. Sorry about that. Let's see. Tab call to action row, tap scanner icon, scan a valid QR code to unlock a product, sign in, and you can see that there is a scanner showing. And it is showing for 10 seconds, sometimes for 12 seconds, sometimes. Sometimes it disappears quickly and shows a pop-up. So I understand why it is happening, but we should display something to the user so that the user knows that there is something happening, because the user is going to get confused. That's why we should hide the scanner when we are here. When 5, we should hide the scanner and display a progress pop-up saying unlocking and a spinner like in signing in, right? So that the user can see that there is something happening, okay?
Okay, so can we get a screens or data what to display in that?
That's it, unlocking. You have signing in signing in. So here we just put unlocking and the spinner.
Okay.
Nothing else.
Okay. Can you add it in the description, David? So we'll just put that in the spinner.
And display a progress pop-up saying unlocking. What should I add here? Sorry, but well, it says plainly that we should hide the scanner and display a progress pop-up saying unlocking and the spinner, like in signing in.
David, could you please share your screen?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're looking at me. Okay. Sorry. Yeah, so it's here. We should hide the scanner and display a progress pop-up saying unlocking. Okay.
No.
How much?
Do you want to split it otherwise?
Didn't you understand what he's saying?
Yeah. There's no way to connect.
Something to doing index and something to
After the user scans, goes login, page logs in.
we go to create account. We
No.
go from there.
So finally he's logged in and you read the response.
How many screens I have? How I find each other has gone through this screen. And I show how much pop I have to do. What is this 3? And how many pops I need. Or how I will find in this screen each other. How many points? Are you sure? Along with testing effort? Okay, 3 points, David, and assignee Mahalakshmi.
Okay. Okay. Logger mechanisms. As discussed with RAM, the app should implement the logger mechanisms for easier debugging. I did not put any further description here because I do not know the details.
I think we can use the GTM data for this, David. So
We have enough data.
yeah, we'll
Actually,
get from there.
GTM is stuck. David, hope you remember we had we just had a conversation with Paul. I mean, just in the Hangouts chat like 2 or 3 weeks back. After that, we haven't heard from him. Like we got help from Surya Atyapan over here from the GSC team, and we have asked him like who will be creating the Firebase projects for our PP application, and he has asked Paul already, but then there's no word from him, David, after that.
I could see there was some discussion happening last week when I was unavailable. I'm having a meeting with Pavel tomorrow. We have weekly meetings, so I'll reach out to him. So what are you waiting for? Could you repeat?
To be clear, I have created sample projects from my Pearson Gmail ID for the purpose, but then we are not. I mean, we don't know who will be creating the project for our PP application.
I think somebody has created.
Okay.
Yes.
Let me see what was the final.
No, I think the project has been created.
Firebase project created tied to Pearson's billing account.
Okay, there was something like that.
Yes, that is
Right.
the last we know of it. So after that, we have not heard about any progress from them.
Yeah, but Firebase project created. What do you need now?
No, we just need the GTM property details to add to our project. So we need to hear from them.
So could you send an email to John about that? Because he said that he created everything. So if you need anything from him regarding that, please get in touch with him directly.
Okay, we'll contact Surya first.
Because, well, it doesn't really need to, well, I don't think we need to go through Pavel for that, because, well, I don't really know technically what you precisely need, right? But I don't think Pavel is in any way involved in that.
Okay, we'll contact with Surya here, so and we'll take things forward.
Okay, yeah, and please get me in, keep me in the loops, because as I said, I am having a meeting with Pavel tomorrow, so I can discuss things with him if need be. But if you need any credentials from Surya or from John, you can reach out to them directly. That's going to be much easier.
Okay, then we'll do it.
Okay, so what about this logger mechanisms? Do we really have enough data from Google Tag Manager? I don't know.
Yes, what data that we will get from GTM would be sufficient to keep track of things.
And is it going to in any way break our things in the future when we add events that we want to gather or not?
We can add those directly in the GTM there. So.
Okay, so there's no conflict here. So you're going to fetch this data for logging, for debugging, and is everything set up? So I'm going to put a comment here, right? So as discussed at the planning session, we are going to use GTM mechanisms for that purpose. The outstanding element that is supposed to be covered in this ticket is that the team requires credentials and environments to gather the data. Is that correct?
Yeah, okay, and you can also add that we need to discuss all the events and pages. Pages, of course, we'll be tracking all, but events and all we need to add. What are the events that need to be tracked?
No. Events that need to be tracked for analytics purposes, so for the purposes of business, is a separate topic that we're going to cover for July release. Okay?
Okay.
We are now talking about only those events that you need to gather in order to be able to debug problems if there are crashes, for example. Okay?
Okay.
That's why it says, as a developer, I want logger mechanisms, because if we go into, as a business owner, I want the app to gather analytics so that I can see how people use the app. It's a separate thing, okay?
Okay. So along with those business details required, we'll also add events for tracking the crashes and logins, right?
Well, I don't know. Whether depending how you're going to. Well, because business is not interested in crashes, right? It is not interested in why the crash happened. Businesses doesn't care about that. They care about how many users, how often users download things, how often users scan a QR code, etc. That's what they are interested in. And you are interested in if the app crashed, why it happened. So these are two different things, I'd say. But you can gather both, of course. That's why I'm asking about any conflicts, if there are any. If there aren't any, and you can put your own events, and business can put their own events, I don't mind that at all.
If we also add our events, so everything will be visible on that analytics dashboard. So that is the only concern. So it's not a concern for us. If it is for the business people, then we need to.
Well, it should not be. Moreover, it's a question of, well, because this data. Well, okay, that's a good question for Pavel. But let's assume that we're going to display this the debugging data to the business for the time being. Let's assume so. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, then it should be fine.
Okay. So can we estimate it?
We'll discuss with the Surya here and get back to you tomorrow.
Okay. All right. And the final thing, I have 3 minutes left. So let's do the final thing here. As user, I want strings in the app to be polished so that it is a pleasure to use the app, right? And the strings are provided in the doc. So this is revised English, right? This is revised English. So we are focusing on only on English, right here. I put Polish as well, just because I wasn't sure about the translations, but here we are just focusing on English. Okay, so only English should be replaced because we are removing Polish strings anyway for the time.
Only you have to check all the strings. No, only English we are going to display there. Polish we are going to only English.
So is it completely for you, or you will update and then you check?
I will check whether everything is updated and we have to check in all the screen whether the strings in that sheet and then the app is matched. 2 points okay. Okay.
2 points, David. Assigned. Okay.
Is this still Maha?
Yes. So should we stop here, David, and reconvene tomorrow?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I can see that everyone, well, in case, because you, of course, wake up earlier than me. So we have Ezel, we do have Ramkumar, but Ramkumar needs to figure this one out. We have Gautam, and Maha is quite busy. So so you can continue with the work. So if you happen to come earlier than we start the final session, then please continue. Okay?
Sure.
And we're going to schedule these things. I'm gonna speak to Gerald about how many bugs we have, and we'll let you probably know what we're going to do with the deadlines today. Okay? Tomorrow at the call.
Okay, David, fine. So Ram, you will be sending Jitendra and Kamal an email?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Okay.
good?
Yeah.
Okay, David, so I'll be sending you the invite for tomorrow.
Thank you.
Okay, so thank you all. Bye. See you tomorrow.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.